Kodieyo, Mulio. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Greetings to you wherever you're watching and listening to me from. I am really happy to be here. Thank you so much for finding the time to listen and watch. Welcome, everyone, everywhere, to the 9th episode of Let's Talk Dance. I love this and I want to continue doing it with your support and viewership and all that. It will make it even much more smoother for me. Blessings, and my name is Samuel Ibanda, a performing activist. I am ready to receive by giving and being the message. I am ready to receive by giving and being the message. I choose to do this podcast because I am really, really interested in bringing awareness to dance, the art of dance, to you guys, its value and worth in the community, how much it is very a part of us, and the benefits are exponential. To be alive is to dance. Two things are constant. Two. Time and dance. Today, we are talking about marriage. See you in a bit. In my journey as a dance instructor, dance artist, performer, motivational, mentor, name it, I have actually discovered quite a lot of power in dance to do with marriage. You know that first dance where two people have become a union? Metaphorically, it is a representation of their journey, the fact that they can communicate, the fact that they can focus together, the fact that they are disciplined. It's not just a dance that's going on to amaze or entertain people. It is a representation of what they have picked on and how they're going to handle it through. And that first dance has been changing over the years. There's a lot of like boogie woogie going on with so many other people involved in it. I've been blessed to choreograph several dances, and I think it's one of the most intimate moments that becomes a reminder even years down the road where you watch these videos to just tickle and remind you of that moment and how it felt like and why you chose to do that dance and why you chose to be together. In the journey of choreographing, designing the dance, two people will come to you and say, you know what, would like to have the first dance, however they understand it. And when they're talking to you about that first dance, you will realize that even in the journey of going to, for instance, most people go to the priests and they have a training for a month, if not more, but it's a month. And in that training, they actually do touch on dance. And you, please guys, pastors, priests, please, I'm ready to be engaged in actually contributing to that by training people in those training sessions. Anyway, to continue on. And when they talk about it, they would, in the process of learning the choreography, they would say, oh, wait, what is yachokedeko? They start to see the structure right there, and then as they are moving on, most of the times you are unconsciously recognizing a behavior that has been going on with you, or consciously recognizing going on with you that has been talked about back and forth, and you the structure in the dance opens that door, opens that connection to understanding that, somehow without structure, without a lead and follow through this journey, we are going to have issues. Because when you couple dance, you have a lead and follow. The man will lead, the lady will follow. And what do I mean by that? What do I mean by statement ran through my head? But what I wanted to say was lead, follow, lead. Whoever has taken class with me has had that. Lead, follow, lead. Somehow you cannot lead someone who will not follow, because they will not help you to lead to the next step. So lead, follow, lead works very well in marriages and cohabiting situations, where someone will suggest a thing, you have a discussion and you conclude, and if the other doesn't pick it up, you can't move forward. It's the same thing in the dance class. Dance is like marriage is like dance, with focus, communication, discipline, and perseverance, and all the other things that I kept on talking about. Consciousness, groundedness, are tools that help us be around each other, because also to connect with people, you must have a certain rule, a structure. I love to call it rule of law. Like all of you have a way you wanted things to work, but then you compromise to come together. And this is the same thing in a dance class. When you go to a couple dance class, there are different styles of dance class, but this one in specific, I'm talking about couple dancing. So yes, like I mentioned, I've choreographed people where you find that perhaps the lady lands quicker than the guy, yeah? And we have to figure out, how do you handle that moment where you're not creating pressure beyond just learning the dance, when the dance is actually happening on the D-Day, the wedding, yeah? When the dance is happening, the energy, the drive, the English has eluded me. The happiness triggered by just you dancing right there. When you look at those videos, whenever you review them down the road, you will realize it's a powerful moment that makes other people happy, pick up a great energy, pick up good hormones, good, mood. But past that, dance also comes back into the marriage when you are having issues. I've had a couple come to my dance class where they had issues for a long time. They lost their way in the process of looking for money, having children. They lost that intimacy, lost that connection, and somehow there was silence, there was fights, silent fights. There's relationship dance. Some of the people call it like that. And they suggested to each other that, you know what? Let's go to a dance class. They put that effort, because one of the things I've talked about in one of the episodes was commitment. They committed to be with each other, and they committed to figure out a way of making it work. And having done the first dance, having gone through a practice, having it clicked in their head, oh wait, something was helpful then. Yeah. Let's try it out. Let's try it out. In coming to a dance class, the class I do at the National Theatre, we start the session, and there was a little bit of tension, because they were not the only people in class. They were the only marrieds in class, but there were other couples ready to dance, partners ready to dance. And in the sessions, we change partners to be able to comprehend, for instance, if you go out to a social dance, how do you listen? How do you listen to movement? How do you communicate to your dance partner in that moment? And in that journey, they eased up, because as you dance with someone else who did not bring you problems, you ease up, you let go of that wall. So in the process, they did that, and before we knew it, the lead was enjoying the art of leading, and the follower was enjoying the art of enjoyment, observation. So I love to say, the lead is structuring wherever we're going, how you're going, what you're going to do, and the follower is the observer who expounds on it. Because to be able to follow very well, you have to be able to observe. You're a very good observer for any twitch of them, which is a very hard task to do. Yeah. And for a lead to be very sure of where they want to go or move to is also quite hard. And People will tell you marriage is hard. And it's part of it. It's really what I'm talking about. Those of you who are married will definitely relate with. So they kept on moving, and then when they met again on the floor, yeah, they danced together, and it felt warm. It was great pleasure for them. It was intimate for them. The rest of the people would see this because it rekindled, it reminded them, it awoke feeling, a connection, the reason to why they were together. And this is a couple that has been together 15 years down the road. They were grooving to something. And in the middle of the class, the lady says, "Oh, I'm sorry, darling." And the man responds the same way, said, "I'm sorry, dear." We did not budge into it. So at the end of the session, what we do is have towards the stretching, and after the stretching, we have a round table conversation that is to recap and figure out your accountability to what you chose to do to achieve at the end of the session, because we do have a plan like that. Okay, at the end of the session, we need to be blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So they share a bit of their private life. They say, you know what, we've been having a lot of back and forths, up and down, quiet life, you know. But we have figured where our problem was. They did not go into that, but the fact that they came to dance, they actually never came back to the dance class, but they left as though they were just meeting. They had just met for the first time, holding hands and excited. They were happy, and it's humbling just to see. And those of you who have been in my session, you know, for me, it's like amazing therapy and healing moments to see this, for you to expose yourselves like that and understand that whatever is hidden is going to come out, and it's better when it comes out the right way. So yeah, dance is very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. Pick it up. Come, let's dance. Come, if you're having any relationship issues, let's dance. Come, let's find a way. Let's use it as it's meant to be used to help us grow. See? Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone everywhere, wherever you're watching and listening to me from, thank you for coming on to the podcast. Yes, it is the 9th episode of Let's Talk Dance. And yeah, I'll leave you here. My name is Samuel Ibanda. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Be blessed. I'm out.